Yeah, I'm at work right now. Got a couple more hours and I get to go home. I think what I'm gonna do when I get home, and I'm gonna work on trying to figure out that vinyl cutter so that way I can get that side of my business up and going. Yeah, I woke up a little late this morning and had to run to Walmart and get my groceries done. But now I got my groceries. I'm ready to head back home and get to working on that vinyl cutter. Got my groceries loaded in the truck. I'm gonna run and get gas and then head home. Come outside to check these trees a minute after a little bit of rain we just got. Looking at these Japanese beetle traps. Wow, these things work great. Yeah, that thing is loaded. Some of those beetles are still alive. We'll get a bucket with some water in it here at some point. We're getting some apples coming through here. I'll definitely have to come out here and trim some of this tree up. At least the Japanese beetle traps are working. I'm glad about that one. I'm looking at one of these peach trees here. I notice one of the peaches is missing. The other one's oozing something out of it. I don't know. But I did notice some fresh new growth on this, which is a good sign. I didn't completely hurt the tree. Right here we got some fresh new growth. I see some right there's got some fresh new growth. At the top of that one's got some fresh new growth. And one over there's got some fresh new growth. So it's starting to grow some more. There's another one right up there. I didn't notice that one. Yeah, so it's got some fresh new growth coming through. There's the weird ooze coming out of the peach. I'm going to say that peach probably is not going to work. So I'm thinking this tree's done for the year. Oh, let's take it. Holy crap. There is no fruit left on this tree at all. Oh, there's one. I do see fresh new growth, but something just completely took out the top of this tree. I'm going to assume it was the wind because I see a bunch of little peaches on the ground here. Oh, this is going to suck. For some odd reason, I get no luck with these peach trees. Of course, this is the first year we've actually had anything on them. Oh, yeah, no peaches this year. Ain't going to happen. I can already see it. It's nice to know that I see new growth on this one, too. Alright, we're coming up to, oh, I didn't realize there was lilies back here. Oh, I didn't realize there was a daylily back here. But yeah, we're coming, ooh, that looks nasty. That looks really nasty. I'm almost scared to look inside that. I can still smell the... There's bugs in there. But I didn't realize there was daylilies over here. This whole area right here, this is bad. Like, this whole thing right here has got to be cleared out. Yep. Well, at least I know the trees are going to survive. Well, next year we'll shoot for fruit again. We definitely will not be spraying them with peppermint oil. And I will be buying more of those Japanese beetle traps until all these freaking Japanese beetles are gone. They're starting to really get annoying. But strawberries are doing great. She told me the other day she picked a bunch of them, and now she's got a bunch more already showing through. Look at that. Everything's coming along. Made a mistake this year, just got to correct it, that's all. Alright, I'm over here trying to work on this vinyl cutter. I'm watching videos as I do this. We've got it powered on. So we've already overcome the first hurdle of getting this thing, which was a bum power supply. And I got a replacement. Everything's working like it should. The next thing I gotta do is set up the blades so that way I can start cutting. Let's see if why can someone get it? Hate that. Round object, hard to... Okay, that's what I need. Everything's loose like it should be. Alright. Oops. Supposed to push this in to expose the grip and then put the blade tip in there. Now I'm supposed to bring this blade tip way down. From my understanding, it's just to where the tip barely comes out. They don't tell you exactly how far you're supposed to go. But from my understanding, it's where the tip barely comes out. So we got it barely out right there. I mean, like, it's barely out. I don't know if it'll focus on that. Probably not. Of course not. Of course it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Oh well. Alright. Open this up. Slide that in. Make sure she's seated all the way and then tighten her down. So we're over far enough. We'll just go ahead and hit origin and test it. Ooh, I'll have to grab the knife a minute and see if I can pull that off there, but it looks like it made the cut. I got a little square off there, so that's perfect. So I got that set up perfect first try. I was worried that was going to give me the problem. But now that it's set up, we're going to work on the other stuff just to kind of go over it. Alright, after a tiny bit of frustration, I got it figured out. It is working. Now I just got to figure out the software. Yeah, first letter cut right there. Just for the heck of it, I stuck it right there. But it's working now. Now I know it works. Sent to it, did the cut. There's my test. So now that that's done, now I just got to figure out how I want to... Well, I got to figure out how to use the software. We're going to keep plugging at it. Well, I just got off the phone with Steven. Now I got this working, he wants me to do a logo for him, so... First thing I got done was company name. So that's gonna go on his truck when the time comes. Still got to do a few other things with it, but it's there. Right now I'm working on his logo. It's grayscaled, so when I converted it over to a certain format, it did a bunch of weird stuff, so it was all missing spaces, and I went to go try to cut it on that, and all you hear was thunk, 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 thunk. So it was just smacking. I'm like, yeah, I don't want to hear this thing break, so we'll just go ahead and color it all black, so that way it makes the lines full. But other than that, we're plugging away at it. What I'm doing right now is I'm going through with paint and I'm touching up everything that's grayscale so it all looks like this. I'm going to make it all black, so that way I know for sure it will take. Yeah, doing this is going to take quite a while, but this is his logo and this needs to be done. But that's basically all I'm doing is this. Find my corners, click, 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 till we get to a point where clicking ain't gonna work. Once you get to a point where clicking don't work, then what I do is, yeah, see up here, if I click on this, it's too much. So I take the pencil, because the pencil can get each individual little square. Now it's back. Like this right here, all has to be done with a pencil. So draw it all up until eventually it's done. Yeah, it's definitely a lot of work. That's for sure. But as long as I get this done, I can make it happen. In case you're wondering what I'm doing here, we'll zoom out so you can see his logo in its entirety. And what he wants is he wants a square back, white square background on that. So once this is cut out, then I'll just cut a piece of vinyl to fit the square, and I'll put that right on top of that vinyl. So it'll basically layer. Same thing with that lettering, it'll be the same thing, right on white vinyl background. And then he can put it on his truck. Well, that was Steven's logo cut out. Now we'll have to weed it and see just how well it turned out. Made a little goof up, and for one, it was way too big. But when I was trying to weed it out, I got the vinyl stuck to itself, and it started peeling the actual thing off, and well, there went that whole idea. So I had to print another one. There it is. Now I just gotta, just like that, it's right there. Now I just gotta do the, because there's his whole thing. I gotta do the transfer tape, and I gotta get some of that white over there, so I can make those little boxes that he wants. Other than that, the vinyl cutter's there. It's up and running. It is working. It's doing everything it's supposed to do. And it's pretty detailed too when it cuts. Alright, well, we've got this done. So I can officially say that that is set up and ready to go. and I will show you the final product of Stevens logo. There it is. That's the final product. Well, here's where I'm going to end it, but this is all good to go now. So that's part of my business up and running. I just need to keep working at the software and kind of get more used to it, more familiar with it, so I can start doing more things with it. I also got to work on aligning on other vinyl, obviously. I did make a mistake on as I got the fever, but he still ain't kind of panned out, so he's happy with it. I'm happy with it. We're good. But like and subscribe. Till next time.